Hello again everyone, welcome back to another video on this wonderful platform we call the internet. And well, today talking about Volume 9, Season 9, whatever you want to call it, of Need for Speed Unbound and the final season for Unbound. So right from the bat I'm just going to say that it wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be, but that isn't exactly a bad thing really. I didn't really know what to think of this, what this lockdown mode was going to be like. I thought it was just going to be another playlist of sorts, really, to be honest. But it turns out no, it's an entirely new mode. It's pretty much, Escape from Tarkov and Rainbow Six Extraction and all that, but with cars. So you go into so it's pretty much the whole open world of Lakeshore again, but with that Extraction Royale element to it as such. You got your loot, such as stacks of money and boxes of pursuit tech, which you can actually use as a racer, but it's only limited to the extraction mode. And they even brought back jack spots from Most Wanted 2012, and which is what I thought and was sort of hoping that they would do in my wish list, so to speak. So you pretty much go in with your own car, and then you can locate these jack spots, and well, just like with Most Wanted 2012, for anyone who's played it, obviously you know what to do. You just pull up and swap the vehicle, and there you have it. And then you then switch over from the car you were in to that other one, and then, well, yeah, and then you just drive that. And so you can also, and so the lockdown zone, really, is a zone where you instantly get Heat 5 on you. And, pardon me, if a cop so much as sees you, well then a chase starts, really. And over time, this zone expands until it eventually takes over the whole map, really. And you do races and steal pursuit tech and loot and hijack other cars in lockups, which pop up here and there. And you have two choices with that: either somehow, when the stars align, get a bike, the very first bike in Need for Speed, well, playable really, because there was a character in the story mode of the previous game that had one, but that was just cutscenes really. But this one's actually playable. So, should the stars align, you get your hands on this bike, and you can sneak into the gate that you use to walk in and out of this lockup, or save up $100,000 and spend that $100,000 to, well, open it up and just drive on in, and then and then there's pursuit tech in there, money in there, and a car to steal. Now some of these cars are actually just randomly customized ones, even with jack spots. Some are customized, some aren't. It's either that, or it's vehicles that you could get from the story mode, from winning the Lakeshore Grand, or the other ones that you just win in the normal race nights and all that. And then there's also blacklist cars. Now, of course, that's sort of received a mixed reception, really, when it comes to that, because while the designs are great and all that, obviously, pretty much one-to-one, they are on the wrong cars, even though pretty much some of the cars that were used had that design on them in the original Most Wanted 2005 are in this game. They aren't, and the others that are the next other models up, such as instead of the 2005 Mustang, it's the 2015 Mustang. How could you fuck that up? Like, it's simple. Like, why is Sonny's wrap on a Civic when there's already a Golf R? Just put it on that. And same thing with Earl's Lancer. Why is it on a Porsche? You already got a Mitsubishi Lancer. Sure, it's probably the next model up, but still, it's a Lancer, just like what he drove in the original. Like in Webster's Corvette, Razor's Mustang. Like there's a 2015 Mustang, and there's now even the Dark Horse from season 7 that it could have gone on, or the 2015 Mustang. Like, and an RX-8 for Izzy's design and stuff. So why are they on all the wrong cars? Like, for real. I mean, I understand with Victor's Supra, because Toyota hasn't been in a Need for Speed game since 2015. That's the last time we saw a Supra in a Need for Speed game. Sure, I get that. Like, mate, stopping my mouth from getting dry so I don't end up talking all weirdly. For cars that aren't in the game, sure, but at least put them on cars that resemble what they were originally on from Most Wanted 2005. So like with the Supra, once again, sure, you probably have to put it on something else because there's not a Supra in here, but for the cars that are pretty much in there or the next more up, just use them. Like I just mentioned before, there's already a Golf in the game, so why didn't you use that for Sonny's design? And the one after that, in the Lexus IS300, I think it was, from Taz. I mean, that isn't in there, but there's similar cars in there, like that resemble a luxury sedan, like the IS300 was, like an M5 BMW or the M3. Just do that. So that sort of just ruins it a bit, you know. Like that's a con to this. The other con is that I believe the EMP still isn't nerfed, and they once again have not put in a different Dodge Challenger. Once again, it's in Need for Speed No Limits. A simple, like probably not almost 1 gig mobile game, but it cannot be put into a big budget AAA racing game. For some reason. We've had the SRT8 since fucking The Run or Most Wanted, and that's all we've had. Like, there have been 2, maybe even 3 new Challenger models that have come out. So yeah, those are my 2 or 3 negatives regarding this season. But everything else, like with the Battle Pass, or Speed Pass really, is good, and the lockdown mode is actually pretty good. Yes, it's a been there, done that, it's an extraction royale, but they've managed to put a different twist on it with the whole thing of it being extraction royale, but with cars and the whole lockup thing and the bike, which actually freshens things up really. So yeah, it's a nice touch and adds a decent twist to the thing. But unfortunately though, you can't use the bike in normal single player. It's only unless you have a PC and you can get a mod, which there is. But apart from that though, it's only usable in lockdown mode. And with using Pursuit Tech as a racer in free roam, the closest you'll get to that is in the lockdown mode. So at least it's somewhat usable in a free roam, but it's just not usable in the standard one. And of course, unfortunately, they have not allowed you to do free roam pursuits with the cop cars as such. So yeah, that's another little bummer. So yeah, but apart from that though, you can now also get up to 3 different versions of the absolutely legendary gaming icon, the M3 GTR. There's the normal one that you can get early on from the game if you had EA Play, and now there's 2 new ones. There's one that you can get which looks similar to the one from EA Play in lockdown mode, but it's all like faded and a bit rusted and stuff. And the other one is for you get from completing the battle pass, or whatever you want to call it. And it's a 30th anniversary edition, which has it like has a mashup of designs of the cars from, well, the M3 GTR from Most Wanted 2005, Eddie's Skyline from Underground 1, Rachel's 350Z from Underground 2, and ASAP Rocky's old Mercedes from, well, Unbound. All those designs mashed into one. So like at one corner you got it as the normal M3 GTR. On one side, near the back to the doors, is the 350Z design. On the other side, the Skyline, Eddie's Skyline, and then on the opposite side of the front is it has the design, some of the design from ASAP Rocky's Mercedes-Benz. So that's pretty cool, to be honest. And also the two new cars added in, the Integra, the Honda Integra is a nice addition, and the other Subaru, the older WRX STI. Good additions, and well, just like with most things, the Impreza is pretty OP. Even in B tier, that's how it starts out default and all that, in B tier. Even like that, just left alone, if you just leave it alone, leave it in B tier and all that, don't even upgrade it whatsoever, it actually drives pretty damn fast. So, yeah. But of course, so that would probably nerf it, I'm not too sure. But people might start going crazy with it, so yeah. So I will say once again that Criterion has cooked with this season, though unfortunately the Blacklist cars are a letdown, and they could have done so much better with that, and the whole thing with the Dodge. But of course I can't expect them to do it in another season, because this is the final batch of post-launch seasonal content we'll get for this game. So there's no point hoping that they'll add eventually, because that's not going to happen. But with the next Need for Speed game, they better fucking give us something. Even if it's just the 1970 model, at least it's something besides that goddamn 2012 SRTA. Fucking hell. So yeah, so they've cooked again, but once again, the Blacklist cars are a letdown. Take notes, Infinity Ward and NetherRealm Studios. This is how you do post-launch seasonal content, and this is also how you listen to your fans. So, yeah. Decent season, not quite how I thought it would be. Not saying that's a bad thing. I just thought that the lockdown mode was just going to be another place, but no, it's an entirely separate mode of its own, so that's pretty cool. Biker's a nice addition. They managed to take the usual Extraction Royale mode and put their own twist onto it by making it pretty much Extraction Royale but with cars. So yeah, definitely worthwhile checking out. So yeah. Anyway though, feel free to let me know what feel free to let me know down below in the comments what you think of Season 9, Volume 9, whatever you want to call it, for those who have played it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Half and half of it? Like, do you don't? So yeah. Anyway though, thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.